Namo Amitabha Buddha. Hello everyone. So this is a continuation from our last video where we discussed about karma. So in the last video, I explained briefly what karma is and how karma can run through our lifetimes. So not just in one lifetime. If you haven't watched that one, you can also go and watch that one first. So in today's video, I'll continue into the second part, and that is what should we do when we face bad karma. So if we understand how karma works generally, then we shouldn't probably complain so much when we are experiencing negative situations in our life which bring us suffering. We probably shouldn't complain so much about other people and external situations, but rather we know that this could likely be the manifestation of the bad deeds that we have done in the past. So what should we do with all the bad deeds that we have done in the past? And what should we do when we face bad karma which creates suffering on us? So I really recommend Master Yinguang's letters to all of you. So Master Yinguang is the 13th Patriarch of Chinese Pure Land Buddhism, and in his letters he talked about this really well. And he said, our mind can help us change this for the better. Even when we encounter negative situations and encounter sufferings in life, we should still treat this with a calm mind. So instead of complaining about others and outer situations and worry excessively about it, what we can do is perhaps to change our mindset and use this as an opportunity to serve our awakening. Sometimes when we experience a lot of suffering, it may very well be the catalyst for our awakening. It may help us to see the impermanence and the delusions of life. So even for myself, when my father died, I really felt a lot of suffering. But later when I look back, this really served as a catalyst for my awakening. It really made me taste the serious taste of impermanence at a young age. And also later, like with some relationships break down and all these unfavorable circumstances really help me to realize impermanence early and know that just nothing lasts in this life, really. So we should really not grasp too much on anything or to be attached to anything in this world. When things are gone, it's gone. If you are attached, then you are doomed to be suffered. That is why we should know that it's not worthy to stay in the cycle of reincarnation. Everything here is just temporary. All the phenomena are like illusions, and that is why we should seek rebirth to the Pure Land. So really my sort of whole purpose is in this life is to seek rebirth to the Pure Land and to obtain enlightenment there. Because I know with my average intelligence, I can't realize enlightenment by relying on my self-efforts. So I rely on the power of Amitabha Buddha to help me seek rebirth to the Pure Land. And really that is what I'm here to do. That's it. And also to tell this to as many people as possible. I was just reading Master Yinguang's letters, and if you haven't read them, I'll drop the link in the description box. It's free download and you can read them. They're really precious teachings by the 13th Patriarch of Chinese Pure Land Buddhism, Master Yinguang, who is believed to be an incarnation of Bodhisattva Mahasammaprapta from the Pure Land, who is the major assistant to Amitabha Buddha together with Guan Yin. He explained the Dharma so well in simple language, so I really highly recommend it to all of you. I'm gonna read out these passages because it's really relevant to what we are talking about here today. There was this man who was very desperate because his house got burned down and he lost everything. His wife became insane. So he felt he was really in serious distress, and Master Yinguang wrote this letter to him and tried to comfort him. And also he quoted the Lotus Sutra chapter 3. Lotus Sutra chapter 3 states, "There is no peace in the triple realm. It's like a burning house, full of suffering. It's frightening indeed." So the triple realm is the cycle of reincarnation, which consists the desire realm, the form realm, and the formless realm, which I'm gonna explain in another video. Nevertheless, individuals at times achieve awakening through such circumstances as misfortune or blessings, conflict or harmony, suffering or joy. The means of achieving awakening are not fixed. To the wise, who know how to adapt flexibility to circumstances and are at peace with their lot, there is no suffering that is not joy, no conflict that is not harmony, no misfortune that is not a blessing. Therefore, the wise man is at peace with himself and others, understands human destiny, does not resent the heavens or blame his fellow beings, and is always even-tempered. The ancients had a saying, "In circumstances of wealth and nobility, he is at peace with wealth and nobility. In circumstances of poverty and deprivation, he is at peace with poverty and deprivation. In circumstances of rudeness and vulgarity, he is at peace with rudeness and vulgarity. In circumstances of adversity and misfortune, he is at peace with adversity and misfortune." And that is why it is so important for us to keep a positive mindset all the time, regardless of what situations, what circumstances we are in, to be at peace. And when we experience a really bad karma, we should also be repentant of our past wrongdoings. If in this life we know what kind of past conduct that had led to this karma, or in our past life if we don't know, we should be repentant. And when I say repentant, I don't mean to be overindulgent in self-guilt and in self-blame and being harsh on yourself. That is not what I'm talking about. So being repentant is to realize, okay, I'm responsible for my life. I'm responsible for my destiny. I'm responsible for whatever I'm experiencing now in this reality, because I created, I sort of somehow manifest this and attract this into my life. So we take responsibility of it instead of running away. And also we are determined and resolved to change our karma for the better, for the future, for changing our thoughts, changing our speech, and changing our actions.